Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to hell. Welcome back to the worst year and era for dating for men in human history. As today we're going to take a look at an article, in fact, about this woman, Lily Phillips, that set a new world record, guys. We're going to take a look at it. This happened in October. A documentary recently came out that you can find. But now let's read. I'm going to put my invisibility cloak so you can read the article for yourself better. This one right here, OnlyFans Lily Phillips in tears after sleeping with 100 men in one day. OnlyFans Lily Phillips, yeah, we read that. So she's 23, which is disgusting. The OnlyFans model, I will use a different word, like prostitute, for example, but let's call her model. Never expected that sleeping with 100 men in a single day will be as overwhelming as it turned out to be. Yeah, it happens that getting run through by 100 dicks through your kitty isn't necessarily pleasant. In a revealing documentary with YouTuber Josh Peters, you can find it on YouTube, Lily opens up about... She sure does open up, we can figure. About the intense experience. She described this challenge where each man had just 2 to 5 minutes with brutal honesty, calling it not for the faint-hearted. And there you can see a picture of her, guys. And let me just say, let me go out on a small limb here. This woman is not attractive, all right? I'm tired of men who see a woman wearing $500 on her face of makeup and calling her pretty. This is not a pretty woman, all right? And to give you an example, I have pulled out Zendaya, which is the most overrated woman when it comes to attractiveness, all right? This is Zendaya with makeup. Not bad, right? I mean, honestly, guys, I would hit, I would smash. Not bad looking shorty, everything's fine. All right, now this is her without makeup, yeah? Okay, this is not a pretty woman. This is a below average woman. 80% of my male friends I'm more attracted to than this woman. She's just not attractive, all right? I'm tired of people seeing some women just because she has $700 routine for makeup and calling her pretty. Okay, let me just show you this second image. This is not a pretty woman. And the same applies to this one. In fact, this one is even less pretty than Zendaya. This is not a face with attractive facial characteristics. But let's move on. OnlyFans model Lily Phillips recently shared her emotional experience of engaging with 100 men in just one day, revealing the intense physical and emotional challenges. Physical and emotional challenges, guys, as if she were to run a marathon or accomplish something that holds any value. In a candid interview with YouTuber Josh Peters, the 23-year-old influencer opened up about the overwhelming nature of the challenge, describing it as not for the faint-hearted, and admitting it was far more difficult than she had anticipated. Despite the tough experience, Lily is aiming even higher, with plans to surpass her record and hit 4 digits in a future sexathon. Honestly, it was hard, that's what she said, literally. She confessed in a video released on December 7. I don't know if I'd recommend it. I don't know, I might recommend it. Can you guys imagine being this woman's father for a minute? You've seen her as a baby, probably your happiest day in your life when she was born. You've raised her, you've fed her, you've saved money so she can study, so you can buy her Christmas presents. You've seen her as a 5-year-old with her pajama, and you gave her some precious gift, and she looked at you with, you know, that childhood spark in her eyes. And now you're watching the news and you see that your daughter has been run through by 100 strangers and she's aiming at 1,000. Just the most fatherless behavior. I continue. In fact, shortly after completing the challenge, Lily found herself needing a moment alone to cry, admitting it was definitely more overwhelming than she had expected. It's challenging to connect with each of them, she said, wiping away tears, as she felt a constant pressure to ensure the men had a good experience. Wow, she's just so generous, you know, guys, the Mother Teresa of our times. She's so giving. The London-based influencer influencer. I think I've never seen an influencer that doesn't deserve to be in hell, to be honest with you guys. Also mentioned that some men attempted to guilt trip her into prolonging their time together. It's not like normal S3X at all, she shared. It makes me feel so bad. Oh my, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. Oh, it makes me feel so bad trying to play victim. Get out of here, man. Lily mentioned the timer didn't begin the moment the man entered the room. There was an introduction and a bit of small talk to help him feel more at ease. Again, she should be one of the 12 disciples, guys. We have the prototype of a selfless human individual right here. I'd say, is there anything you like, don't like, any certain position you'd want to do? She recounted, and then we kind of got straight into it. Still, that didn't stop Lily from forming a routine. As she put it, sometimes you disassociate. Lily's room was a bit of a mess, with protection scattered everywhere by the end of the night, but she mentioned that her downstairs isn't really sore. Surprisingly, she continued, it's more just tired. And then you have her again. Now, to be honest with you guys, the body is good looking, alright. Credit where credit is due. This is a good body. But again, the face is mid at best. So, but nowadays, guys, women don't show anything. It's just their body. They don't have anything else to show, most of them. It's not about the face, their character, the values they uphold or something. No, they get through life just with their body. So that's how it works. So, does Lily have any regrets about participating in the sexathon? Not really. Last week I was with 101 guys, she shared in a November video posted on X, previously known as Twitter. This was just a warm-up because in February I'm aiming to be the first person to hit 4 digits in one day. The mixed reactions reflect the complex and often controversial nature of OnlyFans and the evolving conversation surrounding the adult industry. Alright, we're not going to read any more from this article. The fact that there are mixed reactions is quite troubling. There should not be any mixed reactions. But gentlemen, you may be thinking at this point, he done mixed reactions? How can you have any other opinion to this other than it's disgusting and people should never do it? Well, brace yourselves, gentlemen. Let's read this article. Shame on the men exploiting Lily Phillips. Alright, let's get down to it. Here she is, Lily Phillips. This is when she was crying because of her own actions. Lily Phillips, who had S3X with 101 men in a single day in October, has hit the headlines. But the focus should instead be on the men that exploit her and the men that queued up to have S3X with her. Having appeared in a YouTube film, I Slept with 100 Men in One Day, this young, vulnerable woman is now planning her next endeavor, to have S3X with 1,000 men in 24 hours, or 1 minute 44 seconds per sexual encounter, non-stop for a day. My question is, the patriarchal pigs that exploited this woman are to blame for her making the decision to sleep with 100 men and her selling the videos on her OnlyFans and her, profiting out of this? My question is, when she makes another decision to sleep with 1,000 men, will those 1,000 men be to blame again for her own decision to do this and profit out of this? They're not profiting in any way. They're just using a used, dirty kitty, for 1 minute and 44 seconds. That's what they get out of this whole thing. They probably had to take the bus for 2 hours to get there. So, will they be to blame again? Doubtless, this publicity stunt will increase her already substantial annual earnings, but Phillips will pay a heavy price. Yeah, of course it will increase her already substantial annual earnings, because this is what, as a society, we've allowed. I'm not even going to blame only women here. Men are to blame for this as well, because the clowns, the simps that pay these women are the real reason for this. You can't even blame women. I mean, if you are Lily, if you are a fucking loser with no character, personality, or any social skills, or any, tools that you can use to your advantage, of course you're gonna sell your body for money. You're a piece of shit. What else are you going to do with your life? You're a garbage human individual. What else can you do? Of course you're going to sell your body. And there are thousands of simps that make this possible. It's disgusting. I have interviewed women who have been required to have S3X with 8, 10, 12 men every day because they were under the control of a pimp in a brothel. I've heard the details of the terrible effects on their mental and physical health. Wait a minute, you're telling me that sleeping with a lot of men has terrible effects on the mental and physical health of a woman? Well, how is any different being a prostitute and sleeping with, let's say, 50 men in a month, to being a modern, independent woman that is not a prostitute but still sleeps with 50 men in a month? What's the difference? You know, what feminists expect, gentlemen, is for us to be supportive of OnlyFans, quote-unquote, models and prostitutes, because women are empowered and they should discover their sexuality and they should do whatever they want. And if a woman wants to be an OnlyFans model, there's nothing morally wrong with that. Yet at the same time, they want to play victim when they do, right? So when a prostitute is in this bad position for her, oh, we should think about the effects on her mental health. But when a woman that is not a prostitute bangs 150 chads in a year, oh no, that's absolutely healthy and good for her. If these feminists didn't have double standards, they would have no standards at all. But let's continue now. What this involves is too graphic and disturbing to share, but the physical effects on the body of penetrative S3X by numerous men in a short space of time is horrific. Our bodies are not made for this type of punishment. But what of the men that wish to join in on such a competition? Why would they want to have S3X with a woman after so many others? Like, that's a good question, honestly. For me, it raises the image of those men queuing up to grape Giselle Pellicot. I don't know who that is. I don't know the story behind that, and honestly, I just simply don't care to watch it. She may be a victim, but this is a feminist article, so statistically, she probably isn't. It is akin to a spectator sport. There are mega brothels in Germany that encourage stag parties, often with a dozen men at a time taking part in a, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, with one woman. It seems hard to believe that such exploits are allowed to take place in the 21st century. Lily admits she effectively disassociated herself during the 101 challenge in October. The 23-year-old says she can only remember the first 5 or so encounters, and that after she attempted to blank it out. Yeah, these guys just screwed her so hard, they literally fucked her brains out, alright? And it's so funny that, oh, I dissociated. You decided to do this, alright? There's no pimp here, there's no big bad man that forced this woman to do so. In fact, there is no man forcing the millions of women that are currently on OnlyFans to do that, you know? There are no men forcing the billions of women that are going through host stages and situationships. Nobody is forcing them either, but they still play victim. This is no surprise. Disassociation is a coping mechanism due to extreme trauma. The S3X was filmed, and the pornography will make those who profit from OnlyFans, where Lily's videos have appeared, a lot of money. Now again, wait a minute. They will make profit from OnlyFans, where Lily's videos have appeared? They have appeared on her profile. Am I missing something? Right, these videos were recorded by her for her OnlyFans. She is the only one profiting out of this, and maybe she has an editor and a few bots that she maintains to reply to the thousands of simps that support her. That's where the money is going. Who else is benefiting off of this? The story of Lily is similar to that of other women I have spoken to on OnlyFans. The middle-class young women who appear on there tend to be those that have not previously been involved in professional institution. Many of the others from disadvantaged and impoverished backgrounds gravitated to the site during COVID. Oh no! When the brothels were closed. Why are we trying to make a pity party out of this? Oh no, these women living in first world countries that have parents and have multiple friends and could find a job to sustain themselves were impoverished and had to gravitate to selling their body online. You know? Get out of here. As if OnlyFans were making them $100 a month. These hoes are making thousands of dollars by making a picture of their saggy tits, alright? I'm so far from feeling sympathy. I can't tell you. There was another story of a single mother that got divorced, couldn't rob her husband of money, so to feed her children, she had to go to OnlyFans. You really couldn't find any other job? Is that what you're telling me? Get out of here, man. Make no mistake. Whatever OnlyFans' intention, the site is a professional institution behind the screen, but pimps and predators are never far away. Nobody's forcing you to be there. Again, when women like Lily talk about being driven by S3 actual desire, this is all part of the fantasy constructed for men. No woman has a fantasy to end up with the type of injuries that will occur from such extreme activities as having S3X with multiple men. I disagree. Women, I don't know or care if they have a fantasy, but they willingly sleep with multiple men. Alright, all these women that are getting banged by Chad, who doesn't even care to call back 2 minutes later. Alright, these Chads that are breaking these women's asses and then closing the door on their way out. These women get themselves into that. In fact, these women fight and chase these men that view them as nothing more than an S3X doll. Alright? But we are to blame, of course. It's a fantasy constructed for us. Jeez, let's end this crap. The S3X industry has no scruples, only a desire for profit. Just like Lily happens to be. While Lily's picture has been splashed across the newspapers this week, the spotlight should fall instead on the men who create the demand for harmful S3 actual services. We should not be fooled by the money Lily is supposedly making, but rather need to be aware of the danger she's in and the money being made for OnlyFans. Bro, I do not care about the danger for Lily, right? Let's check back on Lily. Here she is. I don't care about this human individual. She can knock herself out. I simply don't care. On a human level, I don't care. Call me cold, call me whatever you want. This is not a child. She deserves no protection. If this was a child, then yes. If she was being manipulated by someone, then yes. This is a grown adult. I mean, grown. She's 23. She's still a fucking... she has a child mentality, right? But hey, technically you're an adult. You should be making better decisions. Nobody forced her to start an OnlyFans account. Nobody forced her to do this challenge, alright? What women want is to play both empowered and victim at the same time, and I simply don't buy it. I don't care what this human individual does. I don't care if she goes into a crippling depression and becomes addicted to substances. I don't care if she unalives herself in 5 years due to her own actions. This is the world that we live in. Oh, it's too cold. It's not cold. It's just what it is, alright? I don't care. Make better decisions. Nobody cares for me, right? If I decide to unalive myself right now, who will care for me other than my family? Will someone in a different country care about me? Oh no, poor Hidan. He ended his life in such a bad manner. There are thousands of people that make wrong choices each second. Even if I wanted to, I can't care about all of them, right? Nobody should care about this woman. Nobody, absolutely nobody. Alright, last paragraph. This site and others like it should be shut down. If you really want to do that, the feminist, ironically enough, will be the first to step in and defend that side, because female empowerment. The woman caught up in adult movies and professional institution should be supported to get out. They don't want to get out. They really don't. And the men that drive the demand for such content condemned and held accountable. And this was written by, let's see, the transgressor of common sense, Julie Bindel. She of course looks just as you will expect. Julie Bindel is a feminist campaigner against extrajudicial violence. She is the host of the Lesbian Project podcast with Kathleen Stock. Now, you may not know about this gentleman, but I'm an avid supporter of the Lesbian Project. I watch it every day. It's such a good podcast. It's the first thing I do after I come back from work, and the first thing I do after I open my eyes in the morning. Anyway, of course, she looks like a feminist. She's fat and short-haired, and probably her hair is purple. But anyway, what do you think, guys, about this article? Other than we are to blame. Look, if you apply common sense as a man, you will find out that you are to blame for everything in this world, alright? Because you are born a man, and that makes you part of the patriarchy. You are inherently evil, and each desire you may have is corrupt. Just, look, I'm not gonna incite you to unalive yourself, but, you know, statistically speaking, guys, if all of us men were to simply stop existing, that will heal the world. According to these women's narratives, anyway. Because even when a woman decides herself to go out with 100 guys, to open an OnlyFans account, even when she's benefiting off of that monetarily, she still wants to play victim and shed tears on the patriarchy. What a bad day to be alive, isn't it, gentlemen? And let me tell you, this whole article may be shocking for some people. Oh, 100 men in one day. It's not really far from your average woman, all right? The average woman by age 35 has probably close to 100 extrajudicial encounters, all right? Now, of course, there are women and women. Not all women are like this. But the average indoctrinated, brainwashed by feminism and hedonism woman is, all right? They start at age 16, 15, 14. The age keeps decreasing. The number of random strangers that these women bang keeps increasing, statistically talking about the average woman, all right? It shouldn't worry you, or not worry you, it shouldn't shock you at all that the vast majority of women that are now 20 will have a body count in the triple digits by 30. So how are they any different from this OnlyFans model? They're just the same. They're just not making money out of it. So, yeah. We'll end the video right here, guys. I really don't have anything more to say than don't deal with women with high body counts. They are disgusting. Go bang a pig if you really are that thirsty. Don't touch these women. They really don't deserve even the smallest bit of attention. And stay celibate. Just do whatever you want. Don't touch these women. But gentlemen, thank you for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are. And just to mention one last thing, I equally blame simps as OnlyFans models, alright? There's no distinction for me. We talked about an OnlyFans model just because she was on the spotlight. But for me, simps are equally as disgusting as her, alright? These are people, the simps, that need to be physically abused into becoming normal people, right? If as a man you are supporting this, you are a clown. You are allowing this world to rot. You are evil, right? So simps and OnlyFans models equally as miserable, pathetic, and deserving of harsh punishment. But let me know what you think, guys, and I'll see you next time.